Oh, hey. What's going on? If you don't like coffee, you're stupid. Hyper Bear in the chat writes the following. What's the over-under on Marian Hossa joining Leafs management during today's show? Hyper Bear, I'm not sure, but I did get a scoop that the newest chef at MLSE is Chris Neal.
For the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. Wednesday, July the 8th, live on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Hope you're doing well. For everyone listening to us after the fact on audio or watching us after the fact, appreciate you as always. Hit like and subscribe if you want to support this small business operation we got going on here. Walked into our building today. It's another nice day in Southern Ontario. Like, this week is looking beautiful. Maybe some storms tomorrow is what it is. But another brilliant night in Toronto and the GTA and Mississauga last night. And I walk into our building today. There's a sign in the foyer by our landlords, essentially. And the sign says, tenant barbecue next Wednesday. Back lot. Did you see this, Azo?
I did.
Back lot. And I'm like, go time.
Let's go.
I had barbecue Friday. I had barbecue Saturday. I believe I had leftover barbecue Sunday. I couldn't walk into a room without smelling like a burger over the weekend. I didn't smell like me anymore. It was just burger.
Might be me.
I smell like Azzo?
No, I smell like burgers.
You always smell like burgers.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You have burgers for breakfast.
What it?
So I'm like, barbecue. Next week. Boom. Because Sick Media set us up here. It's a great building we're in. I look at the time of the barbecue. Noon to 2.
Pre-tape.
You pre-tape a whole. Let's pre-tape at 10 a.m. and then we're done. let's do that. Oh, Chris in the chat. Barbecue go time. Connor Davis in the chat. Sid loves a good barbecue.
Live on location from the building barbecue.
Gala in the chat. Farting? I don't know what that means, but it made me laugh. Could be worse in the chat. Azzo does a burger run. Shady in the chat. You guys have to go. So what if we just start the show and it's just 2 empty chairs? Can we do that?
Or we each take a chance to go.
That's it. Start it up. Because I'm powerless without Azzo powering everything up. Azzo knows where all the bodies are buried. I can't start this thing up if I tried. Azzo knows the passwords. Azzo's control of all of it.
We need some headsets we can walk around with. Talk to people.
Yusuf in the chat with a legitimate suggestion. Do the show at 11 a.m. All right. I am. It warms my heart how kind everyone's being about our barbecue predicament. But no, we'll be here next week. We'll be here next week. One of us will be. The other one will start it up and go down and have some veggie kebabs. Drew Meg in the chat. The barbecue is a decoy. Oh, up north in the chat. I like this idea. Remote shoot.
That's what I said.
Literally
on location. Sick
Media in the system we use. We can, as long as a phone is working and we have video and audio, we can do this from anywhere. Oh my God.
Maybe Sid will probably go on a rant, so Azzo just takes over or goes to the barbecue. You need to take a stroll. I can go to the barbecue.
It's true.
Depends what happens on Tuesday.
Smoke Water in the chat. River sausage season, baby. Barbecue live stream according to Viper. Oh, everyone's being so kind about this.
I know.
You know what? The hell with it. Let's try it.
What do you mean?
Let's try it. Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
You and I.
What? Is this a meeting? Are we doing a meeting?
Because I have 2 lav mics that we can just attach onto our shirts.
Really?
We do a barbecue show. Barbecue show.
People swear at you all
Barbecue
the time.
show. Barbecue show. Boom! Dude, we're the bosses of our lives.
You're going to have to get a GoPro too, though. You got to show people.
No GoPro. You know what the GoPro is? Boom! That's your GoPro.
Actually, that's true too. You're right.
The phone right in my hand. That's the GoPro. Live show from the barbecue. So much profanity. We've met our neighbors.
Yeah.
Very nice people. Very nice folks.
Is there a FIFA game at that time too? No.
There is a 3.
Oh, a 3.
It's
That's
the first.
Perfect.
It's the second semifinal actually.
We should move the show 2 to 4 and do
2 to. I got an idea. Let's go 1 to 4. You and I used to do 1 to 4. Let's do 1 to 4. Okay. Smoke on the water. Sizzle with Sid. The live remote. I don't hate this idea at all because literally we can hack into our system, and as long as the video and audio is there from Azzo and I, we got a show.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Then when do we chew?
Whenever the hell we feel. When do we chew?
Yeah, we got to eat. We
that's
can't be talking
the
whole
oddest
time.
question ever asked in the history of the show.
Hey, if we're talking the whole time, when do you chew?
When do we chew? It's true. Okay. One of us takes a bite and the other one can't.
You say you're going for a stroll and I can eat my burger?
That's the rule.
I eat fast anyway.
SW in the chat. Blue chew. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. I think we're onto something here. Maybe next Wednesday's a barbecue on the show.
Got a week to figure it out.
We got a week to figure it out.
Yep.
Go outside and film. And if it's a disaster, give us 10 minutes and Azzo will boot up everything here. We'll be fine. Good to see everybody. Quick story. Aside from the quick story that I told off the front. Like, I literally don't know what my life would be professionally without sports radio. I have no idea Like when I was a kid, I started listening to Sportsnet 1430 here in Toronto about the time the Jays were winning back-to-back World Series and about the time the Leafs almost won Stanley Cups in the early 90s. And when 1430 went on the air, it was a mind bleep for a young sports fan in this market. It truly was. With insane talent. Like insane talent. McCowan, Shulman, Stellick, Damien, like I'm not mentioning, like Mary Ormsby was great. Like just like there's so many names I'm forgetting here. I believe Joe Bowen was the voice of the Leafs at the time. Ken Daniels was doing sports radio in this town before he went to Detroit. Like shout out Mike Hogan, who did Late Mornings Forever. Storm and Norman, everybody. I don't know what I would have done in that time. Listen, newspapers were still highly functional and did the job. But sports radio was just different, man. It was different for a sports junkie, which I and many people in this market were. And even outside the market. That CJCL signal went north. It did cut off at a certain point. Those who are used to the cottage run know that. But that's how I grew up. And never mind getting to listen to that station. But when I got to work at the Fan with Tim years ago, and Azzo, years ago, it was a dream. It was literally a dream come true. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. Like if you sit there and do sports talk, like there's no music breaks here, man. Like it's a different kind of radio. And I mean that as no disrespect, but it's tough. It's tough. Because Azzo and I are sitting here, it's July the 8th. I remember July the 8th of years gone by, it was as you can hear a mouse fart in the sports news cycle. There was nothing going on. Nothing. And most of those years, it was like, can R.A. Dickey figure it out tonight? Is Josh Tolley going to call a good game for R.A. Dickey? Like there wasn't a ton of juice at this time of year. But I learned a lot doing that. I learned a ton doing sports radio. And in terms of the prep, in terms of what you need to be ready for, things I carry with me to this day. To this day. Like you might pick up still on some of the things I did years ago at the Fan. And it was one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. And it was also some of the most fun I've had in the business. And, you know, when you're surrounded, when I was at the Fan by Jeff Blair and Kip Rios and Darren Millard and to work next to Bob, big time honor, big. I just loved it. I loved it. We were living in fantasy land. I live in fantasy land still to this day. But like that was fantasy land. You know, you didn't know what the next day would hold. And if it was a light day, you could just make some stuff up. Sports radio is fun and is fun. Which is why days like yesterday are not good for any sports fan in this country. Now, days like yesterday look worse when Rogers the day before closes a $4 billion deal to buy 100% of MLSE. I will acknowledge that. There are moments where timing is not their strong suit. Do they care? Clearly not. But for those who missed it yesterday, and not just in the sports media world, but across radio in Canada, and not for the first day over the last 5 years, and I'll get to that in a second, 6 radio stations shut their doors, and it's never in like a clean fashion on air. Like, it's just like watching a drunk hippo try and operate. Like, it's never clean. But 6 radio stations in 4 cities shut down yesterday. They're all Rogers owned. In Vancouver, Sportsnet 650, off the air. News 1130, off the air. In Alberta, 660 News Radio in Calgary, also Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, and also News Radio in Halifax and News Radio Kitchener. 2 other news stations went down. Now, before I go into the sports radio aspect of it, also I need to give my love to how much news radio I have listened to in my life. And there's a station here still in town that forever was known as 680 News that still does pretty well. Like, my brothers worked there for a long time, man. That station's good. There are still news stations in this country that make money and get ears. That's one of them. So it's a tough day in the news industry as well. But in terms of this discussion, I want to keep it at sports radio. In total, about 230 people lost their jobs yesterday, 80 who are directly in stations across Canada for Rogers, and another 150 in corporate roles, sales, marketing, stuff like that. That's how it broke down. That's a lot of jobs for one day. It's about a year and a half since I lost my position at Rogers. And that made a little bit of noise. This is a lot of people, man. This is a lot of people. And let's go through the math of sports radio in Canada, because that's what I want to focus on here. So yesterday, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, done. Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, done. 5 years ago, Bell Media pulled the same act. So the one thing I want to be very careful of today is making this a Rogers bash session, because Bell Media weren't any better. In February of 2021, with the pandemic about a year old and everyone freaking out already, why don't we close 3 radio stations across the country? So Bell Media in 2021 shuttered TSN 1040, TSN 1290 in Winnipeg, and the Hamilton radio station, TSN 1150. So in the last 5 years in this country, 5 sports radio stations are down. 2 sports radio stations are down in the 3rd biggest city in the country, in Vancouver. Don't tell me Francisco Aquilini, owner of the Canucks, is too sad to see that happen. He's the happiest guy in the country on that. Who's calling Aquilini out on his BS in Vancouver right now, besides Farhan and maybe Patrick Johnston? Who? God bless Sportsnet, they're rights holders. They're not doing it. Who's doing it? This is a sports owner's dream. Sports radio died in Vancouver yesterday. Died. He can do whatever he wants. Well, they mess up the Malhotra family dynamic there. Like, that's going to go over smoothly. Sure. And Rogers had radio rights for the Canucks. That's the crazy part about this. I think they have radio rights through 2033. The crazier part is in Calgary, they also had Flames radio rights. They don't care enough about it to even try to keep that going. So somebody in Calgary, if you want to pick up radio rights and throw them online, because a lot of good people were working on them in Calgary, go ahead. Like a National Hockey League team in this country, radio rights, done. Now, there's a reality to this that I need to put out there right now, where I don't think is being said enough, but in part of this discourse, it has to be brought up. Point number 1. People do not listen to games on the radio like that anymore. They don't. That's the reality. In fact, for the most part, aside from some stations like I mentioned 680 News here in Toronto, that still does really good. And there's some stations in Toronto that still do really good. For the most part, radio has taken a you-know-what kicking since the pandemic, and AM radio specifically. For example, and keep in mind, Bell and Rogers are businesses. when I got to the Fan, I believe there was a moment in time where Bob McCowan, who was on 4 to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, was getting anywhere from 50 to 60,000 viewers on average during his show. Okay? That's the top of the sports media food chain on radio at the time. Averaging 50 to 60,000 viewers on AM radio. People in their cars. People stuck on the Gardner, QE, 401, DVP. 400. Bob made a lot of money doing that in his life. Traffic jams were good for Bob because Bob was also very good. So 50 to 60,000 on average. I've heard reports as recently as October of last year, the two sports radio stations that were shut down yesterday, on average, were getting about 1,000 listeners. On average. 1,000, maybe two. Maybe two. The reality of people in their cars listening to AM radio is that it is a crouton of what it used to be. Combine that with satellite radio and podcasting and you name it. Like there's a lot going on here. But in terms of like selling it the way you used to sell it, that's what these corporations are running into. That's a problem. And it is a business. So I just think that's important to say because it's the truth. It's not a reflection on the talent. It's not a reflection on the hunger for sports content in these markets like Calgary and Vancouver. But like, you got to understand the language of the boardroom person in Toronto looking at that. Like that's their reality too. Now, whether it's Bell in 2021 or Rogers yesterday with two sports radio stations, the one thing I'm a soldier in this business eternally. I've never been a general, no interest in it. But the one thing I'll never reconcile, and I want to get this out there before I move on, like in a week where you close a $4 billion deal for MLSE, how does shutting down 6 radio stations affect your bottom line? Like, I'm not a numbers guy, but someone needs to explain that to me. If it's an HR headcount thing, I've heard that's more problematic. Okay, maybe. Maybe. I still find that really soft as a line, but okay. Just close a $4 billion deal and put out like a press, like it's open. It's a press release. Like it's a huge day for Rogers. It's a smart move. It's a really smart move. It's not like Tannenbaum won like a ton of titles. Sure, get him out. Take a hand in it. Go ahead. Try your take at sports in this city. Do it. How much money did you just save yesterday? By throwing people's lives in flux. Like, how much money did you just save yesterday? For the corporation. I don't get that. A bunch of hardworking folks. Hardworking folks. How much money did you just save? I don't know. I'll never wrap my head around that. I'll never wrap my head around that. I just need to get that one off my chest. But again, in terms of in terms of sports radio, you know, and Edmonton had to kind of reinvent themselves sports radio wise as well. They've created an online station that does really well, and maybe that'll happen in Vancouver. Maybe a bunch of smart people will get their brains together. I don't know. Maybe the Don Taylors of the world kind of lead it. I don't know. But don't tell me there's not a market for content in Vancouver. Don't tell me there's not a market for content in Calgary or Edmonton or Winnipeg for that hockey team. Like, I don't buy it. And I also want to acknowledge one thing. There's a lot of nervous people in Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto today. I see you. I understand. Now, the TSN station in Ottawa has Sens rights for now. As we saw yesterday, not everyone gives a damn about that. But the Sens radio rights are still owned by TSN Radio in Ottawa. The English language Canadian radio rights are still owned by the TSN radio station in Montreal. And, there's still this kind of weird MLSE thing going on with TSN Radio and the Fan in terms of all the rights. Jays aside, but the Raptors, Leafs, blah, blah, blah. But I can't feel good about any of this if I'm in those markets seeing what played out yesterday. Vancouver's the third biggest city in the country, man. The country. They don't have a sports radio station. Are you serious? Aquilini's doing backflips over this. They can do anything in Vancouver. No one's calling them on anything. Canucks can do whatever they want. That's the part of this I'm just kind of I feel weird about. I feel really weird about. At some point, there needs to be another voice for the fan in these cities, whether you agree with it or not. Listen, I know there are people who disagree with 98% of things that come out of my mouth, but some of you are glad I'm here to give a little bit of a different taste to it and not kiss ass all the time. But to have the third biggest city in the country have no sports radio is insane. Insane. Now, I don't know if Rick Dhaliwal knew what was happening. I can't speak for Rick, but Don Taylor and Rick do a great show every day throughout the season. Donnie and Dolly on Checks in Vancouver. And they were part of that kind of TSN moment where the real wars in TSN for sports radio started when Sportsnet got the radio rights. You had TSN Radio and you had Sportsnet 650, and it was it was hot. There was competition. Then things kind of changed. But Don Taylor and Rick Dhaliwal, two legends in that market, they said, to hell with it. We got a show. I think it's pretty good. Let's go here. And they've been great. I love that show. And Rick forever has done Friday hits on Halford and Brough in the morning on Sportsnet 650. A really popular morning show. And there was a moment, this clip went viral pretty quickly. Again, the station shut down yesterday, but last Friday they had a normal show. And Rick went on their show in Vancouver and did his normal hit. But as they're trying to sign off and say bye to Rick, Rick had something he wanted to say. And in hindsight, it was kind of a wow moment. Again, I don't know if Rick knew anything. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't. But this was last Friday on a radio station that was shut down 2 days later.
Thanks for this, buddy. Great stuff.
No. You come in late every Friday, Halford, and I want to. This is my last hit with you guys. I want to do a little spiel with you guys.
Okay, let's do it.
I just want, because I want to say some stuff. This country was built communication-wise on TV, radio, and newspapers. You know what? Everybody out there support those things. Buy a paper, listen to 650 every morning, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and watch local news on TV. Look, you guys know I'm not a fan of social media. I hate all this new technology. I grew up waiting for the paper boy every day at 3:30, watching Tony Parsons, 6 p.m. on BCTV, and listening to Jim Robson on the radio. I miss those days. I will always miss those days. We have to keep mainstream media alive so those kids who go to broadcasting school, they have jobs to go to. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm in this. This is my 36th year in this industry. I still love it. I'm going to keep going till they kick me out. I love coming on with you guys, even though you rip the hell out of me every Friday. But have a good summer. And see you in September. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep TV, radio, and newspapers alive. That's very important to me in my life. Radio has been a big part of my life, and I want to keep radio and TV has been a big part of my life, and I want to keep doing it.
Rick, love you, buddy.
See you in September.
See you, buddy. Bye.
See you, buddy.
There was a line that they said, really, if you say I love you, you got to say I love you back. It was a funny end of the clip, actually. That's fine. Can you rewind it right to the end? I want to give that last.
Yeah, that's my bad.
It was
Sorry,
it was a good way to end that little exchange.
Ready?
Go on.
See you, buddy. Bye.
See you, buddy.
I love you too.
The dramatic pause.
I love you too would have been an appropriate response, but that's fine.
He thought about it.
Agreed.
It's good. Sorry.
Halford and Brough last Friday morning. So after that soliloquy from Rick Dollywall in Vancouver, that station went dead yesterday. Dead. Look, a couple things. I know my because it's the day after that happens, people are thinking a lot of thoughts. And I know my situation isn't like completely comparable when I left breakfast television. Because I had a pretty good parachute, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm self-aware. And B, not long after that relationship ended, I was fortunate enough to have some people on my phone talking turkey about the future. Like, if I was ever going to get let go, if anyone's ever going to get let go, that's the best way to get let go. I'm going to be honest with you. So I can't sit here and say, I know what you mean. I know how you're feeling. I kind of know how you're feeling. I don't completely know how you're feeling. I know there are a lot of people out of the 230 that lost their jobs yesterday at Rogers. There's far more uncertainty. So I'm not going to be glib and act like I completely know. But we all sympathize. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, and I'm talking directly to the people who really care about their job, because like the part of this that I do also need to acknowledge is, of the 230 people that kind of left Rogers yesterday, not everyone cared about their job like that. I think there were probably people in this group who showed up, punched a clock, and weighed everyone down with their laziness. Like, let's not paint everyone with the same brush, because I don't think that's true. I've been in corporations like that. It's not true. But for those people, those folks who lost their job yesterday at Rogers, who really care about their job, we see you. Azo and I have come across many people like that at Rogers. And let me give you this message. It's a big world out there. Big world out there, especially in the media landscape in this country. It is growing every day. And if you have a passion for what you do, if you trust some people you've worked with, if you believe in your brand, whether you're in Calgary, Vancouver, or wherever, if you're in Ottawa and you're a little nervous, if you're in Montreal, you're a little nervous, I get it. But if you care about what you have been doing, because sports talk is the best. It is the best, and you know it. You know it. And if you want to continue that in what is becoming more of a mainstream way by the day digitally in this country, do it. Don't let go of it. Do not let go of it. And for all the folks who have some questions they kind of feel like they need to answer and they're not sure about this or that, I'm going to be very selfish with this. I am easy to find. Azo is easy to find. Sick Media is very easy to find. This is an ambitious company run by good people out of Montreal. Tony Marinaro has trusted the Cavallero family for a long time. Tony doesn't suffer fools, having got to know him a little bit. Okay? Reach out. Vancouver's a big market. Calgary is an important big market. Let's talk. Canucks matter. Flames matter. That's my sales pitch. Because I'm not going to sit here and act like a bunch of good people becoming free agents isn't something that some other growing companies in this country can't take advantage of. To hell with that. No. Let Aquilini have his fields free to roam without criticism. For now. Donnie and Dolly didn't go anywhere. And I'm telling you, there are platforms for a market that big, the third biggest city in the country. There are platforms to get those shows back on air and have voices be relevant and continue to be relevant. Tough day yesterday. But I once had a tough day at a telecom too. Sun came up today, didn't it? Actually, I don't know in the lower mainland if it was cloudy this morning. I'm not sure. Forgive me. Past the clouds in the lower mainland, the sun came up. In Calgary, the sun came up today. Stampede. Good time. Sports radio, as I knew it growing up, is going a certain way. There's no question. But there's other things going other ways. Drop an email, pick up the phone. You can stay on the Ferris wheel if you want. The sports talk ride doesn't have to end. Some good people out in Vancouver, some good people out in Calgary. It's hockey content in Canada. You don't think people want that? It's July 8th. The lead in our YouTube page today is Mitch Marner. You don't think people want that? Come on. Yesterday sucked. Today's a new day. A lot of amazing people out there. Wish everyone the best. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Hello, Sydney.
Lot to digest over the last 24 hours.
Without a doubt.
Because Azzo said it to me, 20 minutes before the show yesterday?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yep.
That the news had dropped about Sportsnet 650 and 960 in Calgary and Vancouver and the other news stations, which we also were thinking about today.
Yep.
A lot of good people.
Without a doubt.
Your thoughts?
I don't know. It's like you said, like just how we grew up on it, man. Like I do remember listening to Jays on 1430, and I always wanted to listen to the Jays on 1430 because I don't know if they weren't always on TV, but I remember more distinctly listening to them on radio and loving being in the car when the game was on. To the point where then Fridays, if I was getting picked up, I would always hope it was at like 4 o'clock to listen to the Round Table and Bob all the time because that was my favorite show of the week. And just hearing what everybody was talking about.
The round tables, man. Round tables were the best.
And then when I started working there as an intern and you hear the stories of the legends like, Freege or Strombo and Merrick, who got to do overnights with Spider and what that cultivated them into. Like, it's crazy. And the opportunities you got. And I've been hearing radio's dead since I started there. And I get it. It's going a certain way to your point, what the listeners are and what podcasts do. But like those shows are local, to your point, and there's always a need to talk about it. And I just can't believe there hasn't been a way to figure it out, or how it isn't a cultivation for these companies to get their next talent there. And you can self-promote your own stuff on there. And yes, it goes back to funding from the CTRC and lobbyists and advertising revenue, and I get all that, but I don't know. You think there would just be more ways to kind of invest in it from within to help cultivate this thing that a lot of people want to do, and a lot of people I still think have ears for. Because when I'm in the car, I listen to, I do check. I don't know. Maybe it's because of how we grew up. I want something local. I want something fresh. When there's breaking news, how do you get something on it? That used to be the best too. When a news breaks, a team makes a trade, just go flip on your radio to get some instant reaction. And they're just like, there isn't that anymore.
Azzo, you and I sitting here right now are one of the few live outlets in this country between noon Eastern and 2 p.m. Eastern who will react to anything.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like, think about that for a second.
It's crazy. I know. And we've gotten lucky with that, and we have fun with that. Like, that's what it should be, and interacting with this chat every day.
That's the
like
best
sports
part.
radio, even the calls, Jays talk, that stuff all works. You give voice to everybody in your local area on a team or on topics. It's crazy.
It was. Look, the rumblings were there for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard, like,
but it's been
in terms of the acts coming down on like Canada-wide radio from telecoms, I've been hearing this for like years.
Of course.
And again, and like in terms of where Canuck radio rights go in Vancouver, because I believe Rogers still owns 2 radio stations out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jack and forgive me, there was another one. But I do wonder. I do wonder kind of what this means for like an NHL team in Vancouver who has no pushback right now.
I can't even think of
None.
Yeah.
You had 2 sports radio stations in that market 5 years ago. Gone. I don't think that's healthy.
And if you have a good line, like, those shows become podcasts after. Like, there is a way. You know why 590 is still on the air? Because after shows are now free content on TV. Like, you have stuff that do it. It's just, like I said, I think it's a way to cultivate. There are people who always want it. Like you said, you can throw out a topic, and now, used to be taking calls and now you can text in, or you can get involved in this chat. Like, it means something to be part of a community and feel that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's why Jay's Talk can be so great, because you hear people reacting in real time to something that's going on.
Like I remember a time, like driving down the Danforth after my shift, I'd go by cop cars and all I'd hear is Bob.
Yeah.
Blaring from the car.
Or people would talk about the topics that they were talking about that day.
Yeah.
Like I'd go to out with friends after, and you would have the same conversation you just heard from Bob.
100%.
And you would want to give that talk. And to your point with news stations too, anytime there's a traffic jam or something going on, like you put on 680 to hear why and what.
Dude, I still do.
I do. That's what I'm saying.
I still do with 680.
all the time.
Like,
all the time.
Constantly.
And I do think there needs to be better funding for this, or lobbyists to try and help this thing out. And here's the other thing that frustrates me with it. It's viewed as one of the lower tier things, like an industry that's dying, this and that. But it is where you cut your chops the best, where it takes more talent and stuff to go around. Like those are some of the most talented people get to do that. And what sucks about yesterday was those people become a part of, I know the numbers are down, but they become a part of those people's lives every day. And to just cut it off and shut it off, where they don't get their chance to say goodbye, or they're just gone and you weren't expecting it, that's tough for people.
Like I lost track of hockey writers who when they rolled through Vancouver for a road trip would put on 650 immediately.
Right.
And just kind of get their fix. And it's going to be strange. Bar down card breaks in the chat. I'm shocked at this, but then again, I'm currently watching this show on YouTube. That's kind of part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's why I think there's there's shock yesterday in a lot of people involved in this. There's opportunity in them there hills, though. Let me be the first to tell you. And there are others in this country who are also doing their thing and building every day. It's not over, guys.
No, you're right.
It's not. I guarantee you it's not over.
Yep.
And if listen, some people are going to want to have nothing to do with sports talk and sports content again for the rest of their career. It's up to them. Or news talk or news content the rest of their career. That's up to them. I know full well when you step out of it for a little bit, you do miss it intensely. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
You love it.
Like, it's funny, we're getting this from all, like, Moose, Azo, you can't fund something with no viewership. And then, like,
or listenership. Let's get it right.
Listenership.
Listenership, yeah.
And then why is, like, these companies subsidized from the government for? Like, there can be a happy middle ground, I find here. And even when you launch, like, a podcast or something to start, there's no revenue or advertising there right away. Sometimes companies launch something and they use their own, like, they promote their own stuff with advertisement within that podcast.
But Azo, let me devil's advocate it with you here.
Okay.
Because still, the issue is the way it's sold inside the corporations is the way you would sell it 20 years ago.
Right.
No one's listening that way.
Yeah.
So from a corporate standpoint, there's such a lack of maneuverability. They're like, well, it's done. Well, I don't know if it's done, but it's just the way you're selling it is like at least the fan are putting their shows, like the emphasis is more on podcasting, obviously. Right. And that, like, you have to. Like, it can't be the rigid, the way we sold it 20 years ago was how we're selling it now.
That's what I mean.
You're dead. You're dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, but that doesn't mean the content's bad. That doesn't mean the hosts aren't engaging.
I agree.
That just means, like when I get my guys, I'll be honest with you, aside from like 680 now and again, I'm going on my phone for content in the car.
for sure. We all, of course.
Every time.
Of course.
And the fact that it's not being sold in a different way is more of a reflection on some really lazy sales departments in this country.
Thank you.
Really
I was debating
lazy
if I
sales
should say that
like,
or not.
Insane. Now, the other part of that is, and I understand, and people aren't going to like this, but it's true. Like Rodgers are going all in on sports to the point where you have no idea how much they're going all in on sports. To the point where like there's going to be foreign ownership inside of MLSE eventually. Right. Like they're going. Like when I say all in, it's you haven't seen Pele in a while. There's a reason. Yeah. He's globetrotting looking for money. Globetrotting.
But that's
so
what I mean.
you think MLSE is worth something now? Watch this. Like Ed and Tony and all those guys, they're going all in. NHL contract. MLSE. Soon the Jays will be technically a part of MLSE. It is going to be a thing unlike has never been seen in this country sports-wise. So I completely get all of the focus being on that. In terms of Bell, I'm not as sure. Like I just read Azzo. Do you know what they think the next World Cup rights might go for in the United States? Like $1 billion.
Right.
Like, I don't know if Bell is ready to pay that much for World Cup rights in this country. Like, it wouldn't be that much, obviously. But the World Cup rights are up in this country.
Yeah.
And the feeling I'm getting is TSN are not getting those back. Like, it's not even a discussion.
It does seem that way.
Like, something's up with TSN, clearly. But, like the priorities are different, and I get it. No. So something like this gets lost in the mix, and it's extremely unfortunate. But that's how I'm trying to, like, open up a window into how they're thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how they're thinking. But again, I don't know how much money this saves you as a corporation. I will never back off that argument. I don't get it.
Well, I think they've tried to, like, while things are devaluing or whatever, the listenership and all that's going down, they're not doing enough on the other side to try and prop it up or do more to do it. Like, again, if CBS in the States starts a new podcast on their channel, you know what they use? They haven't sold that revenue yet or the advertisements yet. They promote all their other products within that podcast.
They do.
Like you use that. And if you're buying up all these streams, why not? Why is you as a corporation, if you're making that money, why can't you just keep promoting your stuff as you're acquiring more assets?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm like, I think you could find some kind of middle ground here where you still have this stuff for local that could work. You got to invest in the community to keep that there too.
Look, I just think like there's some good shows here that were affected, and there are places to land.
You'd hope so.
There are places to land. So to everyone at 960 and 650, we're thinking of it.
Yeah, of course.
And it ain't over. It ain't.
No. If you want it, go get it. You're right.
Believe me.
Your voice will still carry weight. You just got to find a new avenue to get it out there.
Agreed.
You're right.
Okay.
Again, that doesn't mean that's the last time those people want to hear from you. And it sucks you didn't get to say goodbye. So fight and get back on air.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
The goodbye is overrated.
Yeah.
I was part of like a 9-hour goodbye that I'm like,
fair.
if I never have another goodbye on air, like I was the one part about me leaving Rogers, no goodbye.
No, but
I was fine with it. I can't speak for other people. I don't need it.
But not for you, for the audience who turn it on every day expecting
but
to
like
hear you.
it's not something like I don't like getting emotional on air. It's not something I enjoy. So I was fine with it. I think there's an overratedness to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're also doing is like making appointment viewing for a company that doesn't want your ass.
Yeah.
Do you want that? I don't know. That seems a little weird to me.
No, you're right.
I just think the goodbye is way overrated. Way overrated. And
I'm just saying that it came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're just like done and gone. So make sure you're back somewhere.
It sounded like Rick Dollywall might have known.
Yeah, well, it's true. That is a weird clip in hindsight.
All right,
anyways,
let's.
Yeah, you can make it happen though. That's what I'm saying. People aren't going to forget your voice. Just come back.
Okay, we'll update those situations if we hear anything new on some really good shows in those markets. But let's now dial into the Jays a little bit, because if we ripped the Jays for we tried to. Argentina, Egypt, and Daniel Alfredson interrupted us a lot yesterday. But we...
So Joe Siddle and Dan Schulman.
Well, we tried. We tried to get to that clip. The Jays, after one of their worst performances in years, a 10-1 loss, come out last night and beat the San Francisco Giants 9-3. Spencer Miles started the game, 4 innings, allowed only 2 earned runs. 6 of the 9 runs were driven in by either Sean Keyes, Jonathan Clase, or Jimenez. Vladdy was 1 for 5, hitting to 2 double plays.
2 double plays.
Two double plays.
Bring that up.
Yes.
Yep.
So, there's reason to be really happy about the Jays getting it back to 6 games below 500. Some of the most important people on this team also sucked again last night. However, Jonathan Clase is not one of them. Now, there was a weird moment in this game. So Clase hits a home run, and we all know about the home run jacket. And I've kind of had my fill of the home run jacket. I think
Really?
I'm pretty clear of that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Didn't notice.
So yesterday, not only did they bring the Canada Day home run jacket with them, the red one, but after Class A's home run, out of nowhere came this weird dragon on a stick. It's like a toy dragon on a stick that you would win at the X, winning hitting a bowling pin or something. So Jonathan Clase is there not only with the home run jacket, but holding on to a dragon on a stick. Dan Schulman had no idea what this was about. It was the funniest I've heard Dan on air in a while. He was clueless and also really didn't care. And the picture we're showing you for the listening audience is Miles Straw, who also clearly doesn't care for the home run dragon on a stick.
I think he's photobombing it on purpose.
I hope he is.
I think he is.
That's one of my favorite photos of the year, aside from
He's part of
Vladdy.
the Gatorade dump. He loves this stuff.
Oh, yeah, clearly he loves this stuff.
I think it's
Clearly.
it's a photobomb.
Now, I have 2 quotes about this, Azzo. Because in the moment, we're wondering what's going on with the home run dragon. Shai Davidi tweeted this out. Assistant hitting coach Cody Atkinson stopped at a toy store in San Francisco on his way to the ballpark and bought this stuffed dragon, along with a dragon puppet and a smaller toy dragon. The hitting staff wanted something to represent fearlessness. David Popkins suggested a dragon. So after the game, John Schneider was asked about this stupid dragon.
Hey, give it a chance.
The dragon's stupid. Schneider said this, quote, I knew it was in the cage before the game. It was kind of just sitting there with Vlad and Brandon Valenzuela. They were kind of petting the dragon. And then George Springer brought it out for the homer. So you've got to go ask those guys about it. But yeah, stuffed dragon. Good. End of quote. This is beyond stupid, the stuffed dragon. Do you like the stuffed dragon? The home run stuffed dragon.
I'd rather see more home runs than runs.
You're not going to see more home runs.
The jacket wasn't working, so I guess I had another voodoo thing. I don't know, whatever this is.
Please put the picture back up of Miles Straw.
Sorry, I thought we were
being
going to run the clip. Yeah. Trust me, Miles Straw is not pissed at this.
Snail Game here says he looks super pissed. Graceful shutdown in the chat. If it's stupid, but it works. Well, there you go. And PT in the chat, it's a decoy dragon. I think this is ridiculous. Come on. This is ridiculous.
Well, of course, man.
It's 100% ridiculous.
Especially when you're losing. Like, this is the time to pull out a new thing. Like, you just, again, franchise lows in hits and runs in the last 3 or 4 games. And, okay, this is going to solve it.
Scott in the chat, Sid B. Dragon the Dragon.
I was kind of hoping it was something to do with like Okamoto or something like
something cooler than the assistant hitting coach
stopped at a toy store.
Went to a toy store in San Francisco. God, this team. The best part was Hazel talking to Jonathan Clase after the game with interpreter Hector LeBron right there with him, is trying to get answers on this. And Jonathan Clase has no idea what's going on. Let's run this clip.
They let you go. You put on the red Canada Day home run jacket, but it looked like you were holding something else. Was that a dragon, a stuffed animal? What was that, Jonathan?
Después que diste honrón, obviamente te pusiste el home run jacket, la chaqueta, pero pareció que agarraste como algo parecido a un dragón. ¿Qué era eso? ¿Qué es eso?
O sea, no sé. Esa fue algo que pusieron ahí, yo lo cogí y lo levanté, pero no sé qué era eso. La
So
verdad.
you threw out, I don't know. It is a dragon. I mean, they told me to grab it, and I just grabbed it.
Okay. Well, the dragon stays, and so does Jonathan Classe. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Back to you guys, Jonathan Classe.
I'm stunned they didn't dunk him with the dragon. Where was the Gatorade dunking of the dragon? Where was that?
And then the best was when that quote you read from Schneider when Hazel asked him, he was like, oh, thanks for that, Hazel. Like, he almost, not that he got annoyed that she asked him, but what do you think is going to happen? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, you got to ask the question, though.
Yeah. No, I know.
Hazel
100%.
has to ask the question.
100%. I guess we're going to have a dragon giveaway soon at the Dome.
So basically,
I feel like this is the Olympics again when they're handing out plush toys for the runners.
I forgot about the plush toys at the Olympics. That went over well.
Hey, you guys are 6 games under 500, but here's a plush toy.
That's, man.
And I hope Class A stays up. Hazel seems sure.
He's not playing this afternoon.
Well, they're bringing up another pitcher.
You know the Jays. This guy hits a 3-run homer last night. No one's doing anything. He's not playing today.
Again, in his first game.
100% he's not playing today.
Right?
Crazy.
Charles McAdoo in his first game hits one. Sean Keyes in his second game hits one. Like, these guys are coming up. Like, I get they can hit the fastball, but better than the regular guys can.
Hyper Bear in the chat. Azzo needs a dragon shirt now.
I will have one soon.
So is the theme of this season now in terms of trying to get the offense going, how to train your dragon?
Apparently.
Is that what this is?
That's pretty good.
How to train your Vladdy.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Well, petting the dragon apparently works.
Jesus Christ.
And of course
This is so stupid, man. The home run jacket is stupid.
So yeah,
you're going to add more stupid to the stupid?
I take back everything I said about the coaches not getting involved. Obviously, they're going out hunting for
Everyone
dragons.
on this team is 9 years old. Springer, everybody's 9. Everybody.
The day after John Schneider tells you can't yell at everybody, they go get them a plush
toy.
That happened.
Do you want a pound puppy too? Go get a pound puppy. Get the home run pound puppy. Jesus.
The best was yesterday on Blair and Barker. Bruce Bochy was on. And I don't know why, but Barker asked him, hey, was there ever a time you just went in and wanted to rip the hell out of your team and you would do it? And he's like, oh, yeah, all the time. Used to love doing that. And it's like, it's true. Like, it is. Like, does this team just not get it? Like, again, a day after one of the worst weekends you've had. And Schneider says that yesterday, and then they come out with a plush toy, a new thing.
Kenny G in the chat, fire everyone. I'm almost there, man. I'm almost there. This is not, like, again, you scored 9 runs. None of your important players did it. Jimenez aside.
They know they were in the World Series last year, right? Like, time to get serious, right? Like,
they
know time.
They don't know what that means. Vladdy mails in another one last night.
I'm telling you.
1 for 5, 2 double play balls. Jesus.
These guys are just waiting for the All-Star break. And I hope they just go on vacation. Like, don't even think about baseball.
Moose in the chat. Just go get Alex Cora. It's going to because it's going to cost money. It's going to cost money. They're not going to get Alex Cora.
Rob Thompson, then. Come on.
Rob Thompson. I'm here for Rob Thompson.
I'm here for that.
Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson. You know who hates gimmicks? I think. Rob Thompson.
It's true.
Told Nick Castellanos to stick it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Just weird, man.
3:45 first pitch today. Good pitching matchup. Dylan Cease.
Very good. Let's see what happens today.
Dylan Cease, Logan Webb. Now, Logan Webb isn't the strikeout guy he has been in the past, but great control. The Jays are going to have a problem today.
He's tough.
Jays are going to have a problem today. With
Very
Logan
much.
Webb.
They're going back. Like, that's the most hits and runs they've scored in the first 3 innings all season. You know that?
Say that again.
For most hits and runs they scored in the first 3 innings all season, I believe. Hits for sure.
Really?
I don't know if it's runs, but most hits they've had in the first 3 seasons. I think innings. Sorry.
Wow.
What was it? 11 in the first 3 innings, and then the rest of the inning they had 2.
Man.
Patrick Corbin got his first one. Yeah, they'll definitely bring a pitcher up again because right now they're with 14 hitters and 12 pitchers, so they're gonna have to activate another pitcher.
If they don't play Jonathan Classe today, I'd fire 4 people. I'm not messing around with you.
No,
I'm tired of how this team operates. Like, results don't matter and don't affect them, and there's no consequences for anything. This is a joke. This is a joke how they operate.
And I think just IL Varsho then. He's obviously struggling with something. He's awful right now at the plate.
Can I be honest with you? Ready for him to leave.
Yeah.
Ready for Dalton Varsho to
But
leave.
I keep hearing his wrist hasn't healed. So why is he playing
then
all
fine.
the time?
Then let's the Pirates sign him. Like, I give a damn. There's a lot of higher Ernie Witts, guys. I don't think Ernie Witt.
The reason he hasn't been a manager.
I don't think
in
a
the majors
soft
much.
touch by someone who's loved by the organization is another type of hire they need to make. I think you got to look at this very differently.
And I'm all here for seeing more at Class A in Valenzuela and Keys. Why not? Why not?
I'm with you.
Especially going into the All-Star break, let these kids ride it out, especially against a team like San Francisco. I'd rather see them up there than some of these guys.
I could care. Like, I will not lose an ounce of sleep if Dalton Varsho's not on this team next year.
But he's
Enough.
obviously dealing with some. Like, he's not contributing.
He's
Get him out.
he's always dealing with something.
No, I know. I'm with you.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to run. Is that a wall?" And he's good defensively. Is that a wall?
Yeah.
Where's my dragon?
And then at least before he used to catch the ball when he did that. It's not doing that this year.
None of them are great.
No.
Ernie Clement is great.
Again.
Dylan Cease, strikeout guy. Gosman, I respect. You Savage, he's going to be your ace.
Yeah.
Some good guys in the bullpen. I'm not going to rip on Flu Hardy ever.
Dude.
Ever.
You know what
I'm not ripping on Braden
By the
Fisher
way,
ever.
no.
By the way, shout out Braden Fisher, who's dealing with.
He's on bereavement.
He's on bereavement leave.
Yeah.
Shout out Braden Fisher.
Yeah. Hope everything's all right. Flu Hardy, 49th appearance, I think, of the season last night. Like leading the majors by 4 or 5.
Wow.
50, 56 or
In a
57
game-
short of his entire appearances last year.
Sorry.
And we're not even at the All-Star break.
In a game that's 9-3, and you really don't need them, and you can't. They
can't tell me.
They can't contain themselves. They have to burn through all their bullpen.
It's true. It's reckless.
How idiotic is this coaching
Reckless.
staff? How idiotic is this coaching staff?
He's 7 appearances short from his entire
So
season.
Spencer
last year.
Miles could have gone 5 innings last night.
Why not?
He could have gone?
But they don't
Could have
wanna
gone 5
overuse
innings.
him.
Nope. Can't go 5 innings. Can't go 5 innings.
I might take money in arbitration next year.
Shady McGuire in the chat. Flu Hardy, my guy.
7,
Flu Hardy should be everyone's guy.
7
100%.
appearances short of his total from last year.
Wow.
And we're not even at the All-Star break.
Say that again. Say that again.
7 appearances short of his total for last season. We're not even at the All-Star break, dude.
God.
That's the part I couldn't believe. Like, he's leading the majors by 4 or 5.
They're going to make him pitch 2 seasons in this one season. That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Kenny G in the chat. How to train my temper.
I
That's
like
pretty
that.
good.
That's very good.
That's pretty good.
Watching this team.
Viper in the chat. Flu Hardy's damn arm might fall off.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes his coaching staff doesn't seem like they know what's going on. They get surprised by all this stuff.
Stevie Lawless in the chat. I'm just going to get this out there because I know it's coming. Gibby.
That's too.
How about John Gibbons for a 3rd tour of duty?
Can you imagine?
Why not? Why not John Gibbons?
Shout out, he joined Arash, JD, and Russell Martin on their podcast.
How was it? Was it good?
I haven't listened to it yet, but I definitely have it bookmarked to check out.
Man. I'm not saying no to it. I'm not saying no to it.
Did somebody say that? Oh, imagine Rob Thompson in the Rogers Wi-Fi commercial. Andrew, imagine.
Hey, Michael, get over here. What's the line? Hey, Michael, what's this?
What is this?
What is this?
I was going to say
It's internet, you idiot. I know it's a shrine.
It's a
I know
Wi-Fi.
the bit's the shrine.
I know. Maybe Imagine Dragons, because imagine these guys start hitting. Hey guys, just imagine it. Maybe they're trying to do like that telepathy thing. Like, imagine the dragon. Imagine hitting.
Dude, what happened? Can the Jays hitters just look at that dragon and go Dracarys? Is that what they say in Game of Thrones? Is that hold on? Answer the dragon question for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Is it Dracarys?
Yeah. That's what she yells.
That's important.
Right?
I have an important question about Dracarys.
Yeah, okay.
Please acknowledge.
So you're telling me they just happened to bring the Canada Day jacket on tour, or
They
because
did.
they won 9-0?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the exact reasoning, but they have the same Canada Day jacket.
That matches the dragon. At least they're color coordinated. There you go. It's a win. It's the best hit they've had all year. That they match the jacket and the dragon.
GM in the chat. Send in the clowns. Oh, don't bother. They're already here. My God. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen from this team.
They're like 4-10 in their last 14
Here's
games.
a toy
4-11.
dragon. Are you okay?
It's a great question.
How many times do you think the dragon comes out today against Logan Webb?
Yeah, 0.
How many times do you think we
And
see the
dude,
dragon today?
And it was how many extra, like besides Class A's home run? It was all singles off a pitcher that's not very good.
True. And again, they had a huge chance to put up more runs in the first, couldn't do it.
Yep. And then again, after the Yeah, I think they had two hits after the third.
Only the Jays could win and still leave me this upset.
Right? It's
like,
weird
do I need to reevaluate how I think of things, or is that still kind of really annoying?
Of course it's annoying.
Watch them sit Class A today. They're going to sit Jonathan Class A.
Or even send him down.
Sorry, what are you holding right now? What are you holding?
It was a Tempo jersey. I put it on the back of my chair.
He's going to the Tempo game tonight.
Yeah.
You want to give Marina Mabrey a shout out now?
Oh, yeah.
Going to the All-Star game?
Yeah.
Shout out Marina Mabrey.
First one in Tempo history.
I guarantee you Kyle Lowry's going to be there tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Now part owner.
Part owner.
Of the Toronto Tempo.
Him and his wife.
Yep. We'll get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else with the Jays? We got a lot of soccer.
So much. No.
We need a lot.
I think we need to move on. We need to move on.
All right.
It's only bad with the Jays. What else
So,
do I have? No.
so yesterday, obviously we did the show live during Argentina-Egypt. It was insane. We had to respond to it. Argentina, with like 11 minutes to go, turns around a 2-0 deficit in normal time, by the way. That's insane.
Did you see Tom Brady's tweet?
Yeah, to hell with Tom Brady. I don't care about Tom Brady. Do you know what I care? You know what I don't care about at all right now? Americans who want to inject themselves.
It's a goat.
I don't care. Let me have my soccer discussion
They're
without
watching
Tom
soccer.
Brady. Without
Tom Brady's
Tom Brady
watching
getting
soccer.
involved. No.
You're saying it was a better
Too
comeback
many,
than
too
his
many
28-3.
Americans. Too many Americans have interjected themselves in this tournament. Enough.
He's giving love to the comeback.
To hell, don't even bring it up.
Oh my goodness.
No. You stay over there, Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
Stay right there.
Wow. They're growing the game.
Yeah, sure. Just like the legacy of this World Cup in Canada is going to live on. Yeah. Sure. Yes. So Argentina, Egypt yesterday. Azzo and I are trying to run this Dan Schulman, Joe Siddle clip 9 times. We can't do it. The game's insane. Egypt goes up 2-0. Argentina wins 3-2. And Egypt claims, because now this is what you do in World Cups, everyone cheated.
File an appeal.
So Egypt don't like the fact that the 3-2 goal was allowed because they felt there was like 2 fouls in the box. There was one that was a little sketchy up top. The Mo Salah foul wasn't a foul. They also didn't like how their initial 2-0 goal was called back. Listen to me. Listen. Egypt weren't good enough to win that game yesterday. That's why they lost it. Their goalie played well throughout, but when they really needed him, he was ass. Okay? Teams that blow 2-0 leads should not have grounds to do anything on appeal. Anything. You were up 2-0. Figure it out. If you claim to be a big-time soccer nation, figure it out at 2-0. You were handed gifts yesterday. Gifts. Argentina could not defend for like 90% of that game. You couldn't hang on to them. Deal with it. Get on the plane. Deal with it. The pissing and moaning I heard from Egyptian soccer officials yesterday and players was unbelievable. It was embarrassing. Get out of here. 2-0 lead. You can't hold it. Shut up. Everything's corrupt. You had a 2-0 lead. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I'll talk about it.
Should go buy a dragon.
They need a dragon.
I need a dragon.
They need to hold the 2-0 lead dragon. That's what they need in Egypt. However, as we're going to talk about, in Egypt's defense, sometimes with FIFA, as you've learned this week, things can look weird. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Now, before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge how weird today is. For the first time in 27 days, we don't have soccer.
Yeah.
World Cup soccer. First time in 27 days, there's no World Cup soccer going on.
It's weird.
I feel weird.
That's why I'm going to a Tempo game.
Azzo feels weird.
Yep.
Nick in the chat saying ain't so. Christopher in the chat, 2-0 is the worst lead in sports. Yep. So we now move on. By the way, I said this to Azzo before the show. One of the best tweets I've seen in a while was somebody commenting on the Switzerland-Colombia game in Vancouver yesterday that went to a shootout. And the tweet, all it said was, Switzerland-Colombia could have been an email. Really good tweet.
Very good.
That's a really good tweet.
Didn't you hear the Switzerland coach after the game? Argentina's ready to get got. That's what that game showed you.
Yeah, sure there. Sure there.
I know.
But today is a gameless day at the World Cup. It's strange. We have, what's the math? We have 8 games left, including the third place game. We have 8 games left in this World Cup. That's it.
Crazy.
8 left to complete the 104 games on the schedule. Wow. That was a ride. But the craziest stuff is still to come, I think. And as we take a step back, hold off on the photo as I'll cue you.
Mm-hmm.
As you take a step back and look at this tournament and look at the bracket right now, it's kind of apparent, and I don't want to piss off English fans or Spanish fans or Norwegian fans that much, but we're still looking at a France-Argentina final. They were the two best teams 4 years ago. They're still the two best teams here. I think Argentina's winning this. But we'll see. But it certainly looks like a collision course is on the menu between Les Bleus and Argentina. Now, the quarterfinals begin tomorrow. One game, 4 p.m. Eastern, in Boston. It's Morocco, who till this day wishes they were Canada, taking on France, a team that was in the World Cup final 4 years ago and won the World Cup 8 years ago. I cannot begin to explain to you how much France and Argentina hate each other's guts right now. There has been some really offside racist stuff put on social media aimed at France by Argentina over the years. Never mind the World Cup game. Like, that will develop its own hard feelings. There's been a lot said. And if these two happen to meet again, it's going to be a powder keg. And in this week where we've seen FIFA kind of put their thumb on the scale in terms of USA soccer, like, FIFA's credibility is at an all-time low, and they used to be run by Sepp Blatter. But that's where FIFA's credibility is right now. So everyone is kind of looking for things where FIFA can look completely corrupt. And I saw something today, and I'm like, what? So quarterfinal number 1 goes tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Morocco, France, in Boston. Within the last 12 hours or so, the officiating team for that game was announced. As I'll throw it up. To the listening audience, let me walk you through this. This France-Morocco game tomorrow.
That's crazy.
The referee is Facundo Tello. The assistant referee number 1 is Juan Pablo Balate. Assistant referee number 2 is Gabriel Chade. Fourth official, one of my favorite fourth officials, is Dario Herrera. And the reserve assistant referee is Christian Navarro. All 5 names I just read to you who will be running France and Morocco tomorrow are from Argentina. All of them. All of them. Like, it can't look this overt, right? Like, it can't, like, if I'm France, that's not cool. I'm sorry. That's not cool at all. 5 Argentinian officials are going to take control of France-Morocco tomorrow, with France and Argentina on a collision course for the final on July the 19th. That alone is grounds for an appeal, whatever happens here. And it got worse for France. You can lose this if you want, Azo. So tomorrow and the day after and Saturday is the last day where if you have a yellow card and pick up a second one, you're going to miss a semifinal. These are really tricky moments now for the teams. After the quarters, everything gets wiped out. But this is the last round where it gets hairy if you're on a yellow card already in this round. One of the best players in the world for France, Michael Olise, is sitting on a yellow card going into tomorrow, with 900 Argentinian referees ready to take over the game. If Michael Olise of Bayern Munich, who easily is going to be in the top 3 for the Ballon d'Or this year for Player of the Year, he was that good for Bayern Munich. If he picks up a yellow tomorrow, he misses the semi. against either Spain or Belgium. So France appealed the yellow to FIFA and asked for it to be rescinded because FIFA is rescinding all kinds of things. That's what FIFA does. The appeal has been rejected by FIFA, shockingly. So Michael Olise is walking a tightrope tomorrow against Morocco in what should be a fairly intense affair. He's not the only one. Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, England are going to take on Norway. The following players for England are also sitting on yellow cards, and if they pick up another, they're going to miss a semi. Mark Gahey in the center of their defense. Nico O'Reilly, the Man City kid, at left back. Declan Rice, one of their heart and soul players in midfield, because he picked up the yellow early in Mexico City. I thought he wouldn't see the end of that game. I thought for sure he got thrown out of that. Declan Rice pulled off a miracle to stay in that game as long as he did. But he has to be careful here. And last but not least, Jude Bellingham has a yellow going into that game for England. Good luck. Good luck. So if they want to appeal, I'd understand it. But my point here is this is the Pandora's box that FIFA were stupid enough to open up with the Florian Balogun USA Belgium situation, where the White House got involved. And I had someone text me yesterday because we couldn't get to it yesterday. Are you guys going to talk about Florian Balogun? We didn't yesterday. I'd like to talk about it right now. I think we should. Because there are people who were really happy that Belgium destroyed the States. Check that. The States choked on it like I've never seen. The States, Belgium didn't win anything. The States were scared kittens in that game. Christian Pulisic turned the ball over like 11 times in the first half. He is pathetic. He's pathetic. Belgium didn't win anything. The States lost it. And shout out to Craig Forrest, who was the analyst in the stadium that night in Seattle. Love it. Love it. Canadian International, Craig Forrest. Love it. But FIFA allowed Florian Balogun to play. He shouldn't have played. He got a red card the game before. That's not how it should work. The White House got involved. He played. Didn't matter. The States were a pathetic soccer nation. So they're out. But the story will not end there. It won't. There are going to be nations in this tournament who have a player sent off. We have not seen our last red card in this tournament, I guarantee you. There's going to be teams in this World Cup who have a player sent off who advance, potentially, who are going to lose their mind if that player isn't allowed to play the next game. Lose their mind. This is now a problem for Gianni Infantino. If you think these powerful soccer nations, specifically in Europe, are going to forget this the next time FIFA have a vote for president, you are sorely mistaken. Infantino just submarined himself. He's done. So whoever wants to get in line to be the next president of FIFA, you're going to have a shot. There's going to be European countries specifically, who are open to a new candidate. It's going to be interesting. The other thing we didn't get to yesterday was a media availability from Canada Soccer President Kevin Blue. I had a hard time finding this online. Canada Soccer didn't really want you to see this, if I'm being honest. I'm being serious. Like I didn't see like the quotes that I was really looking for here. I didn't find right away. But thank you to people online who posted them. So on one hand, I've been, as you know, I've been actually very positive about Kevin Blue and the job he's done for Canada Soccer.
Very.
Because it's been a cesspool of kind of where the money's going in distrust. And Kevin Blue, who has a strong history in Division 1A athletics in Golf Canada, has kind of settled down that talk. And I've applauded him for that numerous times. But there was a couple things in here I'd like to kind of spotlight in his media availability a couple days ago with the good folks on Zoom. First was the Alphonso Davies thing, and he was asked, was it smart to bring Alphonso Davies to this tournament considering his health situation And here's what he said.
Appreciate the question. I don't understand the when taking into consideration Alfonso's contributions that are multifaceted with our program, whether this be off-field leadership or leadership and training, or the impact that he had on the game that he did play, in which he was on the pitch when we scored ultimately the deciding goal, and the prognosis that was articulated when we were starting the camp. The decision to bring Alfonso was an absolute obvious one. And it's unfortunate that that he wasn't able to play in the Morocco game, but we find that I'm sure if you asked Jesse, he would say that he would do the same thing again. As far as communication with Bayern Munich is concerned, the organization, the medical staff in particular, are in regular communication with Bayern Munich, and the rules on player availability and return to play decisions are very clear under FIFA rules. As far as players who are on national team duty during a FIFA window, player availability is determined by the national team, and that was the case in this instance as well.
Oh, so Canada Soccer are the idiots. Here you have an out with Bayern Munich. Everyone knows Bayern Munich is calling the shots.
Right.
Everybody. And you still won't pin this on them a little bit at all. Wow. I was not expecting. By the way, and the other answer of, it was right. It was the right thing to bring Davies because he played all of 15 minutes. It was our best 15 minutes. So, of course, you bring him for that. Okay. Sure. Airtight argument. Now, the other thing he did in that press conference, he walked people through exactly who's getting all the bonus money for the round of 32 and 16 with the men's and women's program, and in terms of where the rest of the money goes. I love how transparent the CEO of Canada Soccer is, Kevin Blue. I've never seen this in my lifetime. So I give him a lot of credit for that. When he came in, part of what he heard was no one knows anything. No one knows where the money's going. No one knows how much money there is. Help us out. And Kevin Blue's done a good job on that. But then there was a moment here where somebody asked Kevin Blue about the Florian Balogun USA soccer story against Belgium in relation to the White House and what went on. Every federation in the world, UEFA have had comments on this. UEFA have nothing to do with this. But every federation in the world has weighed in on this and how garbage a decision that was by FIFA and cowardly. This is a tweet from Gareth Wheeler of One Soccer, and I want to read this to you. I looked hard for this video. Shockingly, I couldn't find it. But I'm going to read you the quote. Gareth wrote the following. I asked Kevin Blue to comment on the situation today in terms of Florian Balogun. Kevin Blue answered that he didn't know enough about it and that he couldn't comment about the situation intelligently. That's not the answer I wanted to hear. At all. At all. But in typical Canada Soccer fashion, like I'm picking up what they're putting down here, they don't want to pick a fight with anyone powerful. Anyone. So to hell with the rest of us who love soccer and care about the captain playing and winning and all these other frivolous things. Keep talking to me about where the round of 16 money's going so I can sleep well at night. But when it comes time to lay a marker here about clear corruption in the game, an attempt to completely nullify everything that went on in this tournament, the CEO of Canada Soccer said, I can't speak on this intelligently. No kidding. No kidding. What a legacy this World Cup is leaving. What a legacy. Have you noticed on the news this morning all the Canada World Cup talk? All the legacy talk? Are you seeing it on the news? Like a fart in the wind. It's gone. Gone. By Wednesday. By Wednesday. Gone. And you have leaders like Kevin Blue who just don't want to engage. Let's not engage, guys. What, is Kevin Blue afraid the White House is going to tweet about him? Like, you're not that important, bud. I got news for you. You're not that important. Stick up for soccer fans in this country. Please, for a change. Unreal. Unreal. Finally, I did notice something interesting with TSN's coverage. So the U.S. looked pathetic against Belgium. Like pathetic. Like MLS defending and MLS goaltending only gets you so far. And it showed. I don't want to disparage MLS. Kind of what happened there against Belgium. My phone just dropped. I'm hitting the table too much. America looked awful. So the TSN panel took a lot of swings. Specifically Kevin Kilbane, who said they were an overhyped team. Something along those lines, right, Azo? They were overhyped?
Yes.
So the New York Post started a rip on the TSN panel, of all things.
Yeah.
The New York Post had a go at a Canadian panel for their criticism.
Not the whole quote. Wait.
Yeah, give me the whole quote from the New York Post.
Give me 1 sec. This team is so overhyped, and this is the thing that we said.
Hold on. Sorry. This is Kilbane's quote.
Kilbane.
Okay,
Yes,
read that.
Sorry, Kevin Kilbane's quote. This team is so overhyped, and this is the thing that we said coming into the tournament. Outclassed in every department, they've been schooled by a top-class side. End of quote.
I agree with every word of that from Kevin Kilbane. Kevin Kilbane has more experience than any American-born analyst on any TV station in the States. Period. You know how many Premier League games that guy's played? And he's played in World Cup. Kevin Kilbane can say whatever he wants. So I applaud the panel for having to go with the States because that's, quite frankly, know your audience. A lot of Canadians kind of wanted you to do that. Here's my problem. When the States fall on their ass, it's a green light from that panel. When Canada does it, it's like you're nursing a baby bunny back to health. You okay? You okay? You good? You good? You all right? You all right? No, let's not talk about Davies. It's not important. You good? You good? We got to be a bit more consistent with that. I get it. The rights holders, it's tricky. You got to be a little bit more consistent with that. From a managerial decision standpoint, at the end of the Morocco game, Canada, in my mind, embarrassed themselves equally to the States. Equally. You got to talk about it fairly. I was disappointed not to hear that. Disappointed. The edge with which you go after the States, I'm here for, because it's accurate. Because it's accurate. Let's keep the same energy, as the kids say, for the other stuff.
Watch the mic.
No. I'm not watching the mic. Sorry, was that the New York Times that criticized Kilbane or New York Post?
I saw Post.
Okay,
It was Post.
Sorry, someone in the chat said Times. I thought I misheard you.
There was a New York Post thing I saw.
Yeah, it is something the Post would do.
Yes.
That's actually very New York Post. Yeah,
New York Post Sports. Their account put it out. Yeah.
All right, so 8 games left in this World Cup. And I don't think we've seen the craziest stuff yet. I know it's a bold statement considering what's already happened. I think there's crazier stuff to come, and I think Argentina and France are very important figures in this. I don't want to discount England, but like There's already a lot of Argentina are being set up to win here. Let's see where this goes. I don't like how 5 Argentinian refs are running the France game tomorrow against Morocco. I don't like it. It's weird. It's weird. Azo, any last minute soccer thoughts before we move on here?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the Kevin Blue, and not even about the U.S. red card, because that's
just a cowardly
blows
dodge.
my mind. That
a
you would say
cowardly
that.
dodge from Kevin Blue.
Everybody knows
cowardly.
what happened there. And it's,
thanks for sticking up for all of soccer, Kevin Blue. Whatever. Tell me about the round of 32 money again.
Yeah.
Like I give a damn. Go ahead.
Do you know where I sent my email to for the FIFA presidency? I'm going to work on my resume tonight.
I hereby nominate Jeff as a party from the Maltese delegation.
No, but seriously, in terms of the Alphonso Davies thing, because that's the one thing that's been sticking out to me, and I know some people didn't like what we said after the game, this and that.
Yeah, it's tough when I'm right. It's tough.
No, but I've been thinking about it and listening to some pods. Like I've been listening to the aforementioned Craig Forrest on Footy Prime with our friend James Sharman and Amy Walsh.
They do a great job.
Honestly, it's good. And they didn't post one
job.
right after the game. They posted it Monday talking about Saturday's Canada game. And actually, our other friend, Arash Madani, was on it, and they got into it a bit about Davies. And it made me kind of think of the situation, and I thought about it a bit differently. Because Amy Walsh, and Hall of Famer, and Jimmy Brennan were pretty, like, they went at Arash, because Arash said something about it being like a business decision for Davies. Which I
agree with.
It was.
Yes.
But they stood up for Davies, saying, like, it's a hamstring injury. He can't push it. If he isn't feeling right, he knows his body. This athlete's off. And they talked about some of the injuries they dealt with. And I thought, like, why can't both things would be true? And I realized, like, I got so mad at Alphonso for this because of the way Canada Soccer handled the entire situation. Because they're the ones who kept telling us, no, he's ready. Like, he told us straight up to our face with you only asking.
Like you and me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you only asked him how he was feeling, and he let up that it wasn't possible to play in that first game. And I think he was aiming for Vancouver maybe to play. And hamstrings are tricky. And I just don't understand why the Canada Soccer couldn't have just said, like, it's a hamstring. It's tricky. He's our best player. He's on the roster. If he can go, he can go. But every game they insisted he was ready to go. And then said no.
Because of the audience and sponsors.
Right.
Yes.
Like, had they handled that differently, like, and it made me lose my mind on Alphonso, where maybe he didn't deserve all the way, like, some of the anger I had towards him for not getting in that game.
Yeah, he's pulling strings too, though.
No, I know, but Sid, it is.
Enough.
No, but he's 25. He does have to watch out for us. You've brought it up. His place at Bayern could be in question.
Look, if you tell me he's ready to play, I'm not pulling back on this argument. If you told me before the tournament he wasn't going to play, I don't say a thing.
It was also BS how they put through him under the bus the minute that game was over. It said
Jesse Marsh, the second the tournament was over.
Like, that bothered me too, but then I was just thinking about it, and it continued for the whole tournament. They tried to defend him, and then they threw him right under the bus. Like, I just think the whole Alphonso Davies thing could have been handled from them a different way. Because, like I said, if they just said it's a hamstring, it's tough. He's fighting to come out, because Jesse told us about his healing powers and all this stuff. Like they're the ones who set us up for that disappointment with Alphonso more than anybody. I think Alphonso would have been happy being more transparent about it.
Christopher in the chat, the FIFA Azo.
Yeah, that's right. But I just think, like, I should be more mad at Canada Soccer for the way that was all handled throughout the tournament, all 5 games.
Oh, listen, you're not getting any argument out of me on that. Zero. And
because it did make me see it in a bit of a different life. He is 25. This is his whole life. His career could be on the line in that league.
Well, not according to the MRI, which came back clean last Friday.
Yeah, but a soft tissue thing, if he knows.
I'm just telling you.
But if he went out there and had one more injury, his career, like, no team might not take a chance on him.
I didn't select him for the team.
No.
So not my biggest issue right now.
I know.
You're telling me he's ready to play.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You're telling me he's ready. I'm not guessing he's ready. You're telling me he's ready to play.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
It's on
telling me
Canada Soccer.
the MRI was clean on Friday. I will criticize anyone I want on this. And if anyone has a problem with this, take a walk.
No, I'm with you. But that Canada Soccer was putting
ridiculous. How dare you say he was ready to play when you were told he was ready to play? Are you good, bro? You good?
But then he told you it was a decoy. Then he told you this. Like, they were the ones going in circles on this. And I just thought, you know what? They made me feel a certain way about Alfonso when maybe I shouldn't have.
They are an organization who's never used to intense media.
It's crazy.
And they looked small time the entire time.
I agree with that
The
100%.
entire time they looked small
And
time.
this following up on it after
All
the
of
comments
them.
by Jesse after that match and those comments by Blue just made me think about it even more.
Just insane.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Insane.
Like, I come out of this looking at Canada soccer a lot differently, and it's not in a positive light.
I agree.
It's crazy to me. Like, that's all that's been stuck in my head. And no wonder people don't want to talk about it, because if you talk about it, you're having this discussion. How bad Canada soccer looked.
No one's been more right about Canada soccer in this country than me. I told you this Davies thing was going to be a disaster. It was. I told you Jonathan David wasn't up for it. He wasn't. Jesse Marsh, the more this went on, I was surprised how not up for it he was. I was a little surprised.
Agreed 100%.
For a guy who's been in Europe and the Champions League before.
Yep. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Alfonso was ready to tell us, and then they got their backs up, and then they changed the story, and they kept telling us he was ready. And then after the tournament was done, they threw him right under the bus. Like, that's kind of disgusting for your captain. No offense. Like, I'm more on Alfonso's side than this, and I get what you're saying, and you can put some stuff on him too. But just the way, when I was thinking about it more and more, like the way Canada soccer made me, because they kept telling me he was ready and wouldn't let him talk, like, and made him. It's just so weird to me. I think it could have been handled a lot better.
Well, yeah, for sure. For sure.
And you're not even giving away tactics because he's on the roster. And if he feels well enough, because it is a hamstring, it is tricky, like maybe he'll be in. Like, why can't you just say that instead of all the up and down roller coaster BS we went through?
In the games where they tried to use him as a decoy, they lost by a combined 5-1 score.
Right. Boom. There you go.
Nice job, Jesse.
You just thought they would have got their ish together in a big moment and around your captain too.
Up north in the chat, I will never watch another soccer game. Here's the joke. There's not another soccer game on Canadian TV for a long time after this tournament. You'll get what you want. Streaming services are loaded with it.
Yeah.
But on Canadian TV, don't worry about it. You're good. Once this is done, it's like soccer doesn't exist. It's a crazy broadcasting situation we got in this country right now. But the legacy of the World Cup will live on. Of course it will. Yes, of course. Yes.
You see poor Alistair Johnson.
What happened with Alistair Johnston?
They flew him to like the wrong city. He took a shot.
Are you
at
serious?
It. He flew into the wrong city and lost his luggage all on one flight.
Sorry, Canada Soccer flew to the
No,
wrong city?
Fly Frontier. He went on Twitter, and here's what he put out. Was this yesterday or 2 days ago? A couple of days right after World Cup. Learned my lesson today. Never fly Frontier, even if it's the only direct flight available. Genuinely look for multi-stop red-eye flights before flying with them. I'm still not sure where my bags are, and I'm in the wrong city somehow. He booked a ticket, apparently got on the plane they told him to, flew to the wrong city, and they lost his luggage.
We couldn't have got him a better flight.
I know.
Well, our best player of the tournament, Alistair Johnston.
Seriously.
We put him on Dirty Sack Airlines or whatever it's called.
Frontier
Like,
Airlines. Apparently.
whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true.
By the way, Azo, let's wrap up the soccer segment with this.
Yeah.
So I was curious when the next FIFA presidential election is.
Mm-hmm. I got to get my resume.
It's in March of next year. Okay. Do you know what country it's being staged in, the vote?
No, I have no idea.
Morocco.
Come on.
Morocco are taking on France tomorrow. They will host this vote in March of next year.
What are the odds on Morocco for tomorrow?
I think,
it's a great time of year.
Sprinkle some Morocco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is a great time of year.
It's a great time of
year. Hey, Azo.
Yeah.
Great time of year.
Especially if you're Morocco.
Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. All right, we have some things here we do want to get to. I'm going to move. I'm going to do something I never do on the show. I'm going to move quickly.
I've heard that before.
I swear I will. Jeremy Burke in the chat. Dirty Sack Airlines, new sponsor for the show. If there was an airline with that name, I'd give you all my money. I would only fly Dirty Sack Airlines. Good for you. So Craig Berube is doing every show right now.
Yep, sure is.
Again, it's a fired head coach with term on his contract move. You go on every podcast and talk to as many people as you can.
Have we seen that before?
Yes, we have. And we've seen it not work before. Rob Simpson's been a guy who's done a lot in the hockey industry. He's been a reporter for a long time analyst for a long time, and he has a podcast. I've golfed. I know Rob a little bit. I've golfed with him. One of the funnier guys I've ever met.
Very. Him and Stellick used to have a show, or I don't know if they still do, on NHL Network Radio.
But Simmer's a funny guy, and he got Craig Berube on his pod recently, and it dropped. I think the interview dropped yesterday, and Rob Simpson asks Berube, you know, kind of who was the emotional leader of the team when you were there, and the answer was shocking to me. Here was the exchange.
Who was the player or players that were the emotional centerpiece of that Leafs team when you were there for 2 years?
Oh, Mitch Marner.
Really?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I thought Mitch was the energy and he brought the energy and the emotion to the game, I thought, on a nightly basis and in practice, vocal guy, chatted a lot on the bench, chatted a lot in practice, brought the energy. If he came back to the bench, he let guys know, pick it up, let's go. He was great. I thought I really enjoyed coaching him.
Okay. A couple things. One, I'm seeing all of the dirty sack jokes in the chat. Well played. Well played to all of you.
Who started that?
Scott in the chat, Dirty Sack Airlines actually have very clean planes, funny enough. But the other thing is Craig Berube saying the emotional leader was Mitch Marner when he was there.
Whoa.
Did that shock you as much as it shocked me?
Of course. Come on.
But how bad is that room if that's your emotional leader?
Right?
That room is just like John Tavares must not say anything to anyone, ever. Austin Matthews must not say anything to anyone ever. What is going on in the Leafs room if Marner was your emotional leader?
But is this a ploy by Berube? Because that's why they had the down year. He's going to throw it on
It's not
that.
a ploy. Vegas has a head coach. He's not going there.
No. But to try for him to use as an excuse for the year after Marner left. The bad year they had. How they went from winning.
The follow-up from Rob Simpson, I was going to cut the clip, but we had too many things. He asked him so what happened in the second year? And Berube goes, we couldn't find a winger to play with Austin, and missing Tanev was tough. Now, let me ask you something. What was the bigger issue in the second year for Berube, do you think? Tanev's omission or Marner's omission? Because some would argue Marner. I would never argue Marner over Tanev's omission. Ever.
But then Berube constantly put, and this is no shade on, but Max Domi on that top line, or who's the other one that was always up there with him? The guy they traded, McMahon or whoever it was.
Bobby McMahon.
Bobby McMahon and Domi were his top line after that. Like, he didn't cycle guys through and try and find that many reasons to use another guy. I don't know. I say Tanev was the number one. Like, that's by far.
Drew Mega in the chat. You think Tavares, Nylander, Riley, Matthews, Domi, et cetera, are all emotional leaders? Laugh my ass off. Well, according to Berube, you're right.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Well,
what is going on in that Leafs room right now? Everyone's got their head down.
You're the one who highlighted it with the lunch after practice was done and everybody just going. They don't have any.
Dude, DP in the chat. It's Marner, guys. They never replaced the offense. Nah. Not replacing the defense from Tanev was a problem. Big issue.
Weren't the goalies like 1 and 2 in shots faced last year? Like, the defense was a huge problem.
Moose in the chat. Leafs are a corporate dressing room. No kidding, man.
Yeah.
No, and please stop with the Scott Laughton. Stop with that.
No, but Berube
the Scott Laughton era in Toronto is the most overcooked thing I've ever seen. I had no problems with him. Nice guy, a vocal guy, great. Don't make him out into something he wasn't. Like, enough.
If anything, it shows the disconnect that was there last year. Because Treliving thought he was, and Berube didn't want to play him.
Leafs,
it's weird.
Andrew in the chat. Leafs need a dragon.
They sure do.
Yes, they do.
Is that dragon named Mitch Marner, given that he was the emotional support guy?
Yes. John in the chat. The Leafs and Canucks didn't know rooms. No. But it's so, like, the problem with the Leafs, like, I'm starting to figure this out. The problem with the Leafs isn't talent. The problem with the Leafs isn't a want to. The problem with the Leafs is you can't win a cup with no emotion.
Culture, without a doubt.
You're dead. Florida, by the end of that series 2 years ago, had one thing the Leafs could not match: emotion.
Heart, yeah.
Emotion. And the Leafs like kind of matched it in game 6 going back to Florida. But it's not like Florida didn't have emotion in that game. But at home, no emotion.
Right. Big games that they would never get up for.
The biggest betrayal you can possibly. How do you fix that? Like the Leafs can bring in all these guys on 2-year contracts they want. The guts of your team are aloof and don't care like that, man. They don't. They don't.
They fixed it.
John Tavares is here because the kids like their school. Austin Matthews doesn't say anything.
True.
Nylander doesn't know. He can't spell emotion.
But they fixed it.
How do you fix this?
They did.
You don't.
They did.
They never fixed it.
They brought in Hiller, who values spirit.
Oh, Hiller, yes, Jim
he
Hiller.
He values spirit.
And they brought in the guy who's going to betray him, and Daniel Alfredson. They brought in that guy.
Isn't spirit another word for emotion? Come on. They fixed it.
Spirit's another word for we're dead. That's what that is. We're dead. Dude, I'm shocked. Dude,
you're right, though.
I can't. But listen, I'm also not disputing what Craig Berube said to Rob Simpson.
Well, would Mitch have skated out there for Austin?
No. Tanev might have.
But I think that's more indicative of the Leafs room than Marner being that emotional guy. Because if he is the most emotional guy in your locker, I'd say there's a problem with the room.
Dude,
that's why a team like Vegas, because he's not the most emotional guy in Vegas's room or the emotional leader in Vegas's room.
Viper in the chat. Berube also covering for himself, though.
Yeah, that's.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Listen,
sure.
I've heard nothing but good things about Craig Berube in terms of who he is as a person. The guy split his head open for 100 stitches.
Oh yeah.
Still went out there and coached. Like, there's a lot of good things about this guy as a professional. But anytime he appears on any show, guys, he is trying to paper over a really bad year for Craig Berube.
Right. Of course.
A really bad year.
Yep.
Chris in the chat with a good point. Tanev punches people in the face. Valid point.
And here's the thing. Let's bring it full circle. Mitch learned his lesson early after what Babcock did to him.
Correct.
Right? Like, that would wake you up to be more of an emotional or a guy in the locker room. You have to be after that. Anyway. Anyways, who cares now? Because you know why? I got to send this. I got to show you this that Terry Rochefort sent in, T-Dog45 on Instagram. Who cares? Because now the Leafs have their own NWO.
Look at this.
Amazing.
That's not Sundin, by the way.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not Sundin.
It's like an AI Sundin.
For the listening audience, we're watching a Sundin, Chaika, Daniel Alfredson NWO photo with someone who's not Matt Sundin.
I think it's an AI Sundin. It looks like an AI.
Really?
Yeah. AI makes it a little bit off. Like Alfredson too.
Matt Sundin has this facial expression in every piece of video we have of him. You could have used something.
Yeah, it's true.
From Matt Sundin in this.
No, you're right.
But thank you for sending it in. Sorry, I'm critiquing too much. Thank you.
No, it should have been the big smile that he had on draft night, but pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
They like Jack too. Look at this.
Man.
I like how Chaika looks. Come on.
My God. Hey, Azo.
Yeah.
Like this shirt?
You actually do. You look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clothing for today's show provided by Ed's Fine Imports, Markham, Ontario's #1 clothing store for the last 20 years. Formal, casual, they've got you covered. Brands like Cycle Bunny, Blue Industry, Page Jeans, Nobis, Gitch, Bugatti, Paul Batenley, 7 Downey Street, Tommy Bahama, and so much more. Ed's Fine Imports, just north of McCowan in the 407. Go in person or go to edsfineimports.com online. Tell them Sid sent you and get 15% off your first purchase. We are approaching the anniversary, Azo, of one of the most important moments in Toronto Raptors history.
We are.
First off, today is the 10-year anniversary of LeBron's decision.
Right.
What a day.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not 2016. No, it was 2010.
16 year. Yeah.
16 years, sorry.
I wanted to double. I thought it was 2010.
Sorry, 16-year anniversary of the decision.
Okay, cool. Thank
and
you.
We watched it back quickly before the show. It still kind of hits home like that.
It is pretty
With
good.
the Boys and Girls Club like gasping behind LeBron after he took his talents to South Beach. But there's also another anniversary coming up for the Raptors. And I believe it's this coming Saturday. It is the 14-year anniversary of the Kyle Lowry trade with Houston.
Wow.
On July 11th, 2012, the Toronto Raptors acquired a guy who was like on his third team, Kyle Lowry, from Houston for Gary Forbes and a first-round pick.
Wow.
And not many people thought Lowry would stick around in Toronto.
Including Lowry.
But boy, did he stick around to the point where he's getting his number retired next season, and he won a title in 2019 with the Raptors.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT, greatest Raptor of all time. So yesterday, Kyle Lowry signed a one-day contract with the Raptors, big-time press conference. And Kyle was Kyle. Here's what I mean.
Move the second mic in the chair, and then
Oh,
we're
you'll
going to
move it. Okay.
No, stay there.
Okay. Yeah. How about, yeah.
Members of the media, if they have a question,
If they have
we'll start with
questions,
Doug Smith.
you ask Ms. Smith.
Josh Lundberg.
Yep, Jen. Hey, things don't change.
I'm having a cleansing breath right now.
It's sort of been an open secret that you wanted to retire with the Raptors. You wanted to retire here.
I don't think it was an open secret, but cool.
But when did you know that you wanted to retire in Toronto as a Raptor?
When I said it.
Talked about this place being home a number of times. You've talked today about, how important it was and how much it meant to represent Canada. Was there a point, I don't know whether it was early in your tenure here or whenever it was, where this went in your mind from just, another place you play professionally to home?
When Masai gave me another contract.
That's Kyle being Kyle. He was also he actually was also amazing in terms of how he described his love for the city.
Mm-hmm.
But there were some omissions to yesterday that I noticed. For example, it was last week that Michael Grange of Sportsnet reported that this would be happening yesterday. And Kyle sent something back through social media, and I'm assuming Grange took a lot of what online for that.
He did. I saw something.
Meanwhile, Grange was right.
Yes.
I was told Grange was in the gym yesterday for that, but Michael didn't ask a question, which I found telling, considering his role in telling proper basketball stories in this city.
He was there. You could see it.
He was there.
When the CBC kids
I missed that. I missed that.
He asked the question. Granger was right beside
Okay.
him. You could see him there. Yep, he was definitely there. And he did a hit for Sportsnet outside of there.
I just found the lack of a question from Grange telling.
Agreed.
Because if I'm Grange, I'm in a certain headspace on that too, and I don't blame him. Why was DeMar DeRozan not there yesterday? Is it weird because he's now a free agent?
Yes, I would say
so. That's easily explainable, right? That makes.
But Kyle did indicate whenever, because they didn't tell us what day that's going to happen with his number, right?
Yeah, they haven't announced that yet.
Kyle did indicate that DeMar would be there that day. So I don't know if it's a day. I would assume.
Well, if he can. If DeMar signs with the team and he can't make it, he can't make it.
But they might try and open it up to whatever team he signs with, or if he happens to be here.
Well, I don't know.
I think they might make it whatever team DeRozan signs for. If it's not the Raptors, that's the night they do it.
Well, and Grange tweeted about this. The cap situation the Raptors are in right now, it's kind of tight.
Right.
I don't know. If DeRozan's going to be a Raptor, that's fine. He's going to have to work for like a coupon of $20.
Kyle on purpose said that DeMar would be here that night. So whatever team he signs with, I would pick that night that they would celebrate.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he did hint at that, and I did see some people call it out, that he made sure to say DeMar would be here on that night, whatever night it was.
So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, Vince Carter not being there, I don't know.
The call with him was weird.
The call with him was a little weird. For those who didn't see it, somebody FaceTimed Vince in, and then Kyle was holding the phone, having this FaceTime conversation with Vince Carter.
So to me, that screen, they invited Vince, he couldn't make it, and that's what they came up with.
That for sure, that's what that was about.
Because no, they said Vince called him in the middle of it, and then he put the mic up there. It was a little bit weird.
That's right.
It was a bit weird.
And by the way, the first person in the video we just played was Jennifer Quinn, VP of Communications for the Raptors, one of the best in the league.
Amazing. She's awesome.
And she does a great job.
She is.
But the last one I want to talk about is I found yesterday was fitting for Kyle. He deserved that day.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi there and not saying anything was the strangest thing I've seen in a while, man. He is the biggest sports story in the city.
Right. Yep.
Now, the Raptors haven't announced the trade yet with the Clippers, and they're still going through physicals and yada, yada, yada. And I understand it. I get it.
And we're expecting an extension signed.
But, did it not kind of overshadow the moment a little?
Yep.
Kawhi, like the biggest story in the NBA, arguably, aside from Jaylen Brown, is right there.
That you just brought back.
He's sitting right there. He's not talking. He's not fielding a question. No one from the Raptors, not Bobby Webster's not fielding a question. No one says anything. Until I believe it was Greg Ross from CBC brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
And so Greg Ross of CBC brings this up. What is the one word when you bring up this with Kawhi, you kind of giggle? It's aspiration.
Yeah.
Aspiration is the tree planting charity that paid Kawhi under the table and has gotten the Clippers in a bunch of trouble, as per Pablo Torre's reporting.
Probably why we got him again.
Listen for the one word Kyle uses in this. I don't think he even realized he did it. Listen for the one word he uses in this that really hits home while talking about Kawhi Leonard.
First and foremost, I appreciate him being here. That's my guy. I mean, y'all know, Kawhi is a special person. He's a special basketball player, and I appreciate him even coming. I mean, that just shows, look at this, like his humility to be here for my moment and just to be here and support it. So I appreciate that, why. And I think the moves that Bobby is making and what he's doing, they know what they're going to do. They're trying to win another championship. And starting with that guy right there, you get him to that point, your championship is the only aspiration, and that's why he's here. And I can't wait to watch these guys grow and gel together because it's going to be special. You got some great young players, Scotty, CMB, Shed, Quick, those guys. It's going to be awesome, and I'll be able to watch a couple of games and cheer for them, and when I'm done my little TV deal, I won't do no critiquing, all positive critiquing. So I'm giving all tidbits on TV for him, but I'm looking forward to it. And Bobby, he's going for it, and I think he knows what he's doing.
Couple things. Clearly, Kyle has some TV lined up. That's going to be interesting. Second, to bring up aspiration while talking about Kawhi Leonard. There's no way he meant that. There's no way.
Did he?
There's no way he meant that. No chance. No chance, Azzo.
Oh, what was the first clip you played of Kyle? Kyle being Kyle? That might have been Kyle being Kyle.
No, because then Kyle would have stopped and laughed at himself and then continued. That's how you know.
That's fair too.
That's how you know Kyle's being Kyle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Kyle finds Kyle very funny.
Because it was weird at the beginning too with Bobby Webster, because they had two mics up there. And Kyle said, "Oh, you guys said Bobby was saying." Bobby's like, "No, it's your moment." He's like, "Sit down." So Bobby did sit down. And in the middle of the first question, he's like, "No, man, this is your moment. I'm getting out of here."
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
It was weird too. Everybody's saying this is Kawhi's next album cover. He's going to start a music label here in Toronto.
But it's just so,
it is weird.
It was so strange to have the biggest story in Toronto sports sitting right there, and he's not taking a question.
Right.
The team's not taking a question. It's just kind of
there. It's the new Kawhi, man.
He is one of the biggest stories in the NBA sitting front row.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you cut me off the screen?
I was trying to add you to debate.
How dare you?
Little finger slippage. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
That
It
was
is
incredible.
weird. That's the first time we see him. It's not his day,
I
so
thought
of
that was
course
incredible.
everyone's going to make a big deal about it.
But someone brought up the Naismith Hall of Fame to Kyle. I think you can make the argument Kyle has a resume.
Yeah, in that Hall of Fame, yeah, definitely.
Like a lot of it's not a shot on Kyle, but a lot of people get into the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Definitely,
I think he can get it. Gold medal, Olympic gold medal, NBA championship. Yes.
Yep.
I think he can get it. Anything else on Kawhi? Anything else on the? You're going to the Tempo game tonight?
Just curious when we see him again. If they do an introductory presser or signs his extension, whatever.
By the way, some breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Verlander just announced this is his last season.
So Max will announce it tomorrow too?
No, Max will take 9 more cortisone shots to try and play this season.
And we do have a Jays lineup, and Jonathan Clase is in.
Hey!
He's batting 8th. Man, Kirky's down to 7th. Varsho hitting 5th.
How to Train Your Dragon. Varsho 5th?
Varsho 5th.
Sure.
Clement, Lucas, Guerrero Jr., Springer, Varsho, Okamoto, Kirk, Class A, Jimenez, and of course Dylan Cease.
Of
pitching.
course. That first pitch is 3:45 on that, by the way. So there's no soccer game this afternoon, but the Jays are just as good.
Yep. And again, shout
World
out,
Cup Jays, same thing.
Since we're on basketball, just one more time, shout out Marina Mabrey.
Yep.
Who was announced a WNBA All-Star reserve, first one in Tempo history.
Nice.
Go get it.
Go get it.
She's awesome.
Outstanding. One more thing before we go.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that can pull me away from a World Cup game right now. Felix Auger Aliassime was one of them yesterday. He went 5 sets and 5+ hours against Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon in a quarterfinal, and he just came up short. I wanted to run some of this because he's on the verge of getting to one of these Grand Slam semis. It hasn't happened. Felix was amazing yesterday. Djokovic still has it. I don't know how these tennis players do it, man.
I know. 5
I
hours
really
and
don't.
15 minutes.
And he'll be out there tomorrow.
Yep.
Or Friday. Here was Felix Auger Aliassime after a gut-wrenching loss to Djokovic yesterday.
Amazing fight, amazing battle with a legend of our sport. So, it is what it is. Obviously, it's tough for me. Quarters in Paris here. I had other chances in my career where tight matches like this didn't go my way. So I'll have to see what I can do. So it goes my way the next time. But for now, I can be proud of the fight and then I move on to what's next. In the end, he proves again that he's good when he needs to. He's solid, more solid than I was when he needs to.
Yeah, that was Felix Auger Aliassime, dejected after a 5-hour and I believe it was 5-hour 15-minute loss yesterday.
Hang on.
I saw it online. I think it was Rod Black actually online who popped up on my feed and said, guys, Felix and Djokovic are in the 5th set. I'm like, what?
I've been watching him throughout the tournament.
Because with all due respect, there was nothing going on in that Switzerland-Columbia game in Vancouver. Nothing. So I'm like, I got to see this. I couldn't pull away. Felix Auger Aliassime is 25 years old. He is this close to breaking into that upper echelon in men's tennis. I wish him a good National Bank Open coming up next month. The guys are in Montreal, right?
Yes, correct. But I just did want to shout out Felix too. I'm so glad you cut this clip and brought it in today because he has been playing on a heater. And more than that, I like the attitude he's showing on the court. Now, to be fair, he is ranked higher than Joker. He's ranked 4th in the world.
He was.
He's got his game on, and I love the attitude he's showing. He's showing that killer instinct. Watch out for him, man. He's on a tear right now. He's been playing great this entire tournament. I think I saw him play a guy from Spain where he won, and he's openly criticizing Federation when the things aren't doing right. He's found his voice. He's found his game. I think he's on he's just trending upwards. He looks great.
There's sorry, I got distracted by something. Well, let's wrap up the Felix discussion. I'm expecting him now at the U.S. Open to break through.
Yes, I hope so. I think he's right on the verge of
and when I say breakthrough, I mean by his standards breakthrough. I think he can do it. Go get him, Felix.
Yeah, remember we played that clip of him saying he feels like he's there, and I think you're seeing it. I hope so too. That's a perfect way of putting it.
Vicky Mboko, update. So she's not going to be part of the National
She had to
Open?
withdraw yesterday. I think she officially withdrew from the National Bank Open, which sucks because she doesn't get to defend her title. So I kind of feel for her because I know how much that meant, and it would have been a chance for us to see her here in Toronto. So
finally, we're going to have these clips for you tomorrow. Right now, Daniel Alfredson is speaking.
Come on.
Via Zoom. It looks like a Teams meeting that he's running. It's very middle management Daniel Alfredson to look.
So they're letting everybody speak now.
Everyone's. I disagree with listen, they're getting a ton of media requests, so I understand with Alfredson. It's a weird look to have assistant coaches do media.
Agreed. When you
it's
never
a very strange look.
Did you see what he's in charge of?
What do you mean in charge of? He's associate coach.
No, but what he'll be running?
No, I haven't seen this.
From Luke Fox, he tweeted this out about half an hour ago. Daniel Alfredson will be running Maple Leafs power play. Sens finished 8th in the category last season under him. Okay. Just so you know.
Better have it going by Christmas there, Daniel.
No kidding.
Mark Savard, line 1. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be fine.
And his line was just, no one stays a coach forever in one spot.
It's true.
You got to move.
Luke Fox also says Alfie said his contract was up last month. It's all right. Wasn't like some huge coup by the Leafs.
Right.
It does look a certain way.
No, but what
for
team
sure.
are they going to purge from next? Huh? So we've got the Lightning with Radish. We got Bob, the Panthers, and now the Sens with Alfredson. So is it the Sabres, the Habs, the Bruins, or the Red Wings next?
Oh, I think you got to go to the trains you didn't see coming in Buffalo and Montreal.
Dominic
you gotta
Hasek
go.
as your next goalie coach.
You got to go. All right. We'll have that audio for you tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Leafs preseason schedule.
What?
Leafs preseason schedule because it's now shorter because it's an 84-game schedule.
All right.
All right, here we go. It was easy to read on the tweet. Preseason schedule. Saturday, September 19th at the Bell Center.
It's a split squad?
Split squad.
Series. Yeah. What is that?
It's 2 split squads.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. So they're not even doing like 4 separate days of preseason games. They're splitting the squad like a baseball spring training. They're going to have a game going on at Scotiabank and Bell Center basically at the same, I don't know if it's the same time, but it's the same day.
Yeah, same time. 7 p.m. both. I'm seeing.
What?
And then they do the same thing with Ottawa on September 23rd. Oh, but the times are TBD on that.
You can't split squad a 4-game preseason. The hell are they doing?
No, and 2 games are on the same night.
Same
Both
night.
nights. Four games, 2 nights.
The Leafs are playing at the same time on a Saturday night on September the 19th.
The new NHL slogan, 4 games, 2 nights. Your NHL preseason. It's weird.
That is bizarre.
Dude, guys better come into camp in shape.
Look, all I know is hockey fans, especially anywhere in the country, but especially Leaf fans, after a full summer, if you give them a hockey game on a Saturday, they're going to eat it up. You can't make them choose. How are you going to choose?
And then when's the season start? Because those games are 4 days apart, too.
The official start of the season hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
Preseason's announced first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
But like I'm all for, and there's people in the chat going, yeah, shorter preseason. I'm fine with that too. But like at the same time, the games at the same time?
2 games, 1 night. You have 4 games total in the preseason, and you have 2 games, 2 nights. Like, that's crazy.
One team's going to go to Sarasota. The other team's going to stay in Dunedin for the split squad game. Good.
And again, only 4 days apart, so not much recovery there.
That's
either.
crazy.
That is insane.
Let me tell you something. The start of this season is going to be so bad in the NHL. These games are going to be the worst things you've ever seen in your life. Ever.
I think that's a...
Just be ready for it.
Yeah.
A split squad Saturday night. Leafs and Habs at the Bell Center. Leafs and Habs in Toronto simultaneously. Great idea.
And then doing it with Ottawa 4 days later.
Great idea. Jesus. Why don't you put it head-to-head with like week 2 of the NFL? 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
So hold on. That means Hiller coaches one team and Alfredson coaches the other?
The rivalry begins. The rivalry begins. You may have teed up our conversation tomorrow, Azza.
I like that.
All right. You good?
I'm good. Hit like and subscribe, please, people.
All right. On behalf of Azzo and everyone here at Sick Media, I'm Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media. Our apologies. We want to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.